Alrighty, guys, here we go. Game 1, TNG versus BSNJ. So let's go ahead and see how this is. Let's go ahead and see how this is going to turn out.
And then the other two here, 1390 and lightweight. 1390 go up here.
Can they?
What?
Alright, men. We've got enemies in the area. You either have to take them all out or capture their base. Let's roll.
Alright, let's see how TNG is going to take this one. TNG is very well known for their intense gameplay, so let's see how this is going to go. So TNG has decided to take 3 IS-3s, a 5100, a 1390, a lightweight, and a 54, and an AMX Chaffee. BSNJ is choosing 4 IS-3s, 1 5100, 1 lightweight, and 1 AMX Chaffee. So TNG traded 1 IS-3 for 1390, which, you know, could be a very good choice. 1390 is an excellent tank, but let's see how they're going to play it out here. It looks like TNG is just setting up in the square. I think their light tank over here. Who is this? Kellen Martin. Yeah, I think he realizes what's going on. Along with Booze and Bacon, they're trying to get out of there. I think they realize the whole enemy team is over there.
Fuck, I'm gonna lose my shit in a minute. I'm fine, I'm safe. It's just fucking...
Alright, yeah, this one right here.
You fucking get out of there. I'm fucking doing what I'm fucking told.
Oh, where's the bank? Can you hear me?
This is sloppy as fuck. I can't hear anything.
Alrighty.
Oh, sorry, I see. Go ahead, dude. I don't think Lars is talking.
Jeez.
I can't hear him.
I can't hear Lars either.
Alrighty, guys.
Just communicate, I don't even hear anymore.
Why? Why are we not
Just
using
fucking
Discord?
communicate. We can't communicate, dude.
Yeah, it's just, there's no point.
They're turtle.
Alright, go, guys. Let's start the party real quick. So TNG moving up over here. It looks like the BSNJ guys are gonna go ahead and go for a turtle on their cap. So I don't know if they know the draw rule, but I hope they do, because if this draws out, they only have 1 draw. So it looks like the TNG heavies are moving up towards the base. If TNG could get a heavy, maybe somewhere in here and hiding in the cap, that'd be good as well. Or over there, could be a light tank. Put some pressure up on that cap. What do we have here? Custom initial engagements, but the real action is going on back at the TNG cap. Kellen Martin's getting pushed very hard by the T-54 lightweight, but he did manage to take out the AMX Chaffee. T-54 lightweight gets completely taken out, though. Excellent support from the Army tanker, and you got denied. And it looks like the BSNJ IS-3s are moving over now because they realize they might have an overmatch here. Anfield and Lars and who is this, Milo, are all over here. Trying to put some fire in. Some great focused fire on Home. Home is now down to very low health. One guy needs to just pop him, finish that guy off. Excellent there. You got denied. Hitting those flanking shots. Now focusing on Max. I want to see some good fire on Max. There you go. Max is now going on a 1v1 with Anfield. Takes one behind from Milo. And Anfield takes one from Max, but Max gets taken out. Here we go. Yep. The TNG guys, they have some great communication here. And they, well, they completely outplayed this. I don't know what it's called. I don't think it was a turtle, but it was sort of weird. Who is this? KC is one of the last IS-3s left. And, oh, he bounces one off his rear. Oh, APCR still there. Takes one from the Army tanker. and gets killed by Lars. And who is left over here? Who do we have? Dexter in the 5100. Trying to save himself from the little AMX Chaffee. That could. AMX Chaffee puts one into him, puts two into him, and Lars finishes him off as well. Lars with 4 kills there. Pretty good. So that was a quick game, 1-0 TNG. Alrighty. Alrighty. BSNJ, you guys don't select first. Remember that. So that's your first warning for that. So KC unselect. There you go. Yeah. All right. TNG chose their first tank. Now BSNJ can choose two. That's so damn.
Hello.
Yeah. You guys are
Yeah,
good to
my
choose two.
question is because the first game. No, no. My question is the first game. TNG choose the first tank, so we should finished, but TNG finished. So what's happened?
Well, whenever whoever wins the coin toss gets to whatever choice they made, they get to keep that choice for the whole game. So if TNG chose to pick the
No, no,
pick
no.
tank,
I understand. I
yeah.
understand. But if the TNG pick up the first tank, so we finished, yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah.
No, no, no. I mean, if a TNG pick up the first, so we finish pick up the last tank, yeah. Is that correct?
Yeah.
But the last game, TNG pick up the first tank and the last tank. So what was wrong?
I don't know. I must have got it mixed up somewhere. But you guys need to go ahead and pick two more tanks right now.
No, no, no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we they pick up the first tank and they pick up the last tank.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
I see what you mean.
Please be careful now.
Yeah. Yeah. But you guys right now need to
Okay.
go ahead and pick two.
Yeah, we're ready now. Yeah. Hold on, hold on. One more tank. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now TNG picks two.
Nie, jeszcze raz powiedz. Okej, tak, tak. Tylko muszę amunicji, kurwa, nie zmieniłem amunicji, ja pierdziel. Ale nie, dobra, mam tam 15 pocisków, dobra, to starczy.
Anfield, you guys are good to pick two more tanks.
Yeah, we're getting in ours right now.
All right. All right. BSNJ, you guys are good to pick two more.
Okej.
Alright, TNG, choose your last two. Alright, BSNJ, go ahead and choose your last tank.
Okej. Wybieramy ostatni czołg.
Alright, and we are good to go. Alrighty, guys, here we go. Game 2 on Ensk. TNG versus BSNJ. So what do we see the first game? We just saw TNG completely outplay BSNJ, who were trying to go for a sort of turtle, but TNG knows how to break those pretty well. And they love their Ensk, so how can I say? I pretty much got what I expected there. A very decisive TNG win.
We've got enemies incoming. Either take them out or capture their base. Let's go.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and go into this. Let's see, TNG, it looks like they're going to go ahead and set up down the 8, 9, and 0 line. Sending a few tanks there. Yeah, it looks like they're going to go ahead and do a full 8, 9, and 0 line push, but it looks like the BSNJ guys are trying to do the same thing. They're kind of setting up near their base, getting ready to push. But TNG pushed the tempo pretty hard here. And who assists the army tanker is already out in front, putting some shots into these IS-3s, trying to take off some early hit points. Pretty good strategy. He needs to be careful though. Doesn't want to be taking any big hits from one of those IS-3s. Waiting for a shot, kind of poking out, looking for a 54 lightweight maybe. Nope, he puts another one into the IS-3. And right now the TNG heavies, as we can see, are moving up, and one of the lightweights gets hit again from maybe a 1390. Ooh, BSNJ Chichi falls in that AMX Chaffee. I sure gets a big shot into him. You need to be careful though. You got denied is in a very aggressive spot for a 5100 without a lot of cover. So they have to be very careful here. The 1390, Kellen moves up, getting ready for a push. The TNG guys, I think, are just trying to close in. They're getting ready for a big push here. So let's see what's about to happen. Colin the Great's on about half health in his lightweight. TNG have managed not to lose that much health already, but they've managed to take off a lot of health from the BSNJ guys, which I feel is going to be a big advantage for them. See some more hit points being traded here, and there you go. Kellen takes out one of the lightweights, and there you go, full on push. Great focus fire right here. Home doesn't stand a chance. Dexter is about to be next, but the IS-3 takes out the army tanker and the lightweight. Some great focus fire on Max. Max is about to be taken out of this game. Casey falls to Anfield. And here we go. Yep, the IS-3 puts one more into Milo, but pretty sure they have him now. Yep, Milo takes them out, and now all that's left is Dexter against Lars and pretty much the whole team. And McShaffy puts one into him, puts two into him, and there you go. Booze and Bacon finishes him off in AMX Shaffy. Pretty decisive victory for TNG there.
Great job, man.
Alrighty. So our next map is Cliff. Alright. standard, 10 minutes. There you go. BSNJ, remember, team. There you go. Yeah, be careful with that.
Wybieramy czołg też.
Alright, you guys can BSNJ, you're good to pick 2 tanks.
Sorry. Dwa czołgi teraz my wybieramy. Oni zawsze wybierają jeden pierwszy.
Oh god.
What kind of dog is it?
It's a Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not
Noisy.
too. Yeah, it is very noisy. Jesus Christ. Yeah. But you guys can go ahead and choose one more tank. Oh, there you go. You got it.
Yeah.
All right. TNG, you're good for 2. All right. That's good. All right. All right. BSNJ, you're good to pick 2 tanks.
Okay.
Alrighty. Wait a second. Wait. Anfield, did Milo just choose a tank? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just be sure. Yeah, just keep that on the low. All right.
Hello. Why they change the tank, please?
Yeah.
Someone change the AMX for the T454.
Yeah. Yeah, Anfield, just tell Milo he has to run the 5100 because you can't change tanks even if it was an accident. Okay, yeah. And then you guys can pick one more tank after that. Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Cichy, co tam było nie tak?
All right, BSNJ, you're good for 2 more.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
The guy who choose RU 251.
Yeah. They're gonna change it. Yeah. Well, I mean, all right.
So,
All right. Yeah. I guess that'll be y'all's first warning then. Just try to be careful with that. All right. Yeah, BSNJ, you're still good for 2 more picks.
Okej. Wybieramy 2 czołgi teraz. No, ostrzeżenie dostali, nie wiem, kurwa, co to daje, ale dobra.
Yeah, one of you guys just. Yeah, one of your guys just deselected a tank. So be sure whatever he deselected, he chooses it again. No, BSNJ. Okay, yeah, he did. He chose an IS-3 again. All right. All right, TNG, you can go ahead and pick 2 more.
A ten Rut to jest magazynek? Nie. A Bulldog? No właśnie, ja... Guys,
Yeah.
no, this is not fair. You see, this is another bulldog. There was a bulldog before. There was a 50 and 100 before, and then you change the tank after we choose another two tanks. This is not fair, guys. Because
Whoa.
there was a 100. Was a 50 and 100 choose. No, no, hold a second. Milo Samuel choose 50 100, and then after we choose another two tanks, he changed for you 251. So this is not fair because this is another.
Even if he would have changed specs 5100, it would have been a point because.
No, look, you go 4 magazines now. And
Yeah, no. I, I, I already gave him the warning for that. I told him not to do it again. Like, that's... Yeah, I know. I covered that
no,
earlier,
no,
but...
because they changed tank after we choose our tanks.
Yeah, I know. I gave them a warning
Which
for that.
this is not rules.
Yeah, I know. So I gave him a warning for that.
Okay,
Hey, yeah,
cheers.
yeah. And by the way, Anfield, you guys are breaking the autoloader cap. You have two 1390s and two Bulldogs.
The Bulldog doesn't have an autoloader.
Okay. Yeah, be sure you fix that. Yeah, BSNJ, be sure to pick your last tank still. You guys still have your last tank to pick.
Okay, we pick up wybieramy ostatni czołg. We pick up the last.
Yeah.
Hold a second. Hold a second. Which bulldog is without magazine?
I think it's Lord's Band doesn't have the autoloader.
Yeah, it's
Are you
Lars.
sure? Because we can't sorry guys.
Your point.
How we can check that? How we can check that? We can't check through the battle. We can't check there is a magazine or no. Have no choice.
I'll be able to tell. Whenever he makes engagement, if the shots are going off like crazy, that'll be an easy indicator.
I believe you, but because we like a player, you can't check it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Because you can see is a shooting constantly or not, but as a player we can't do it
Yeah, no, but
because
look,
I don't know which guy it is.
Dexter, if it happens and if I find out that he's running an autoloader, it'll just be
No. Just try to understand me. Like a player, you can't see properly which player is a bulldog with a magazine and which one is without.
yeah, I know, but just because you have suspicion doesn't mean they can't play the tank. Like I said, I'm gonna be whenever I spectate, I see both teams, and I will be able to tell if they're using the autoloader. So if they use it,
Okay,
yeah,
that's okay.
yeah, you're good.
No,
That,
that's fine.
yeah, that's why I'm here. I want to make sure it's as fair as possible. And TNG, you guys can go ahead and pick your last tank.
So sorry. Hi. Sorry, guys. If you pick up the first tag, why you pick up the last tag again?
No. I'm trying to tell him. That's our 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Booze is sitting this one out.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start it.
Wiesz, to mi się kurwa, oni kombinatorzy są strasznie. Dobra, jak ja mam teraz
All right, guys. Heading into Game 3 here, had a bit of communication issues on both teams there, so hopefully that won't happen again. So coming in here on Cliff, we have TNG versus BSNJ. TNG is up 2-0 right now, so they need to win their 2 games on this map, and then they will be done.
We've got enemies incoming. Either take them out or capture their base. Let 'em
All
know.
right, so let's go ahead and go aerial. Actually, it shows 1390 is the Bulldog. This is the one I'm watching for. So it looks like the TNG guys are going to go ahead and go do a middle push, and the BSNJ guys are a little slow to start off, but it looks like they're sending some of their heavies towards the middle. Now I gotta watch out for this autoloader, Cat, because I was told Larzapan is the one who does not have the autoloader, so I will be watching him. But it looks like the BSNJ guys are gonna go ahead and hang out around the ridge. They're waiting for the moment to come around. This is a pretty weird strategy, I must admit, to kind of wait down here like this. There he goes to the first engagement. You got denied, is very caught out in that Carnarvon right now. He needs to get in and try and use his team, but the BSNJ guys are coming all in right now. Going to converge on that Carnarvon very hard. Carnarvon doesn't have good side armor, doesn't have great frontal armor. He takes 2 focus shots from the IS-3. The lightweights are now behind him, and he gets taken out. Let's see the Bulldog here. Larzapan puts 1 in. Okay, Larzapan is using the single shotgun, so that is good. Alright, just wanted to confirm that there. I see some focus fire there. It is now one-on-one. Max gets taken out in his T-54 lightweight. Dexter is there in the ISU, taking a few hits from Milo in his RU. Puts another one into home. The problem with BSNJ's position is they just put themselves in a hole, literally, so they have to break out of the hole. Ooh, a fire right there on home. Home gets taken out by Kellen in the 1390. Kellen's in a great spot right now to put some counter fire in. Right there, Snake Eyes takes out Dexter. And now they're pushing the light tanks. Milo taking a lot of damage right now. Milo just goes heads and decides to fall off the cliff. But TNG have this one in the bag. Rolling the great. Tries to come down here trying to get Milo, but Milo's on the run again. Cullen is on full health, though, but I think Milo's probably going to lose this battle. He misses. Takes 1 in return. Let's go back to Lars right here, attacking the 54 lightweight along with Snake Eyes. And Snake Eyes is using the autoloader, and Lars was not going to take that up once again. Snake Eyes dumping the clip into Cats, and Milo gets taken out by Colin, but now Colin's in a bit of a pickle. He rams Anfield, but Anfield's loaded, and Anfield is about to take him out. Nope. Oh, Kellen's here now, and Kellen finishes him off. Very quick game.
They won! Let's get out of here!
What? Don't worry about it. Busy right now. Please don't talk.
Nie wiem, ja też się, ja mu powiem, kurwa, że to jest coś nie tak, kurwa, no, ale... Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
No, it's Dexter. Sorry guys, but we have no... I have no idea how many magazines was in this game. Too many shots on the hill from any side. It was a shot and shot and shot from 2 light tanks.
Yeah,
It's
I-
just...
I checked.
Put it down to ice free. 2 light tanks.
Well, no. You can't change the rules on the fly. I checked their tanks and I watched their tanks. You can't change the rules on the fly like that.
That's why I think in the rules it should be 3 magazines. It doesn't matter. The tank could choose between magazines or not. It could be choose only once in the future. You should change the rules.
Well, you
So,
can talk
like-
to Tactics about that. Tactics is the tournament
No.
leader. If you want to change the rules, you can
Because,
talk to him about it. I'm just here to enforce the
100%.
rule. That's why I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
But we can't check this. and it doesn't matter if we watch the video games or we not watch it. We can check it.
Well, if you do watch the video, you will be able to see that he is using the single shot. I confirmed it because the guns have different sounds and different rates of fire, and that's how you can tell. So yeah, I did check that because I did want to make sure it was fair.
No. This is from our point of view. Is like we should, choose one type of tank. That's it.
All right. Well,
Okay.
yeah,
Hold a second. Kto wybrał czołg?
yeah. You guys have you guys can still pick one more tank.
No. Dobra, jeszcze jeden, jeszcze jeden. Sorki, bo ja z nim gadałem w tym momencie. Dobra. I'm choosing now. Sorry, guys.
You're good.
I don't know why it takes some time.
All right, TNG, you are good to pick two tanks. So yeah, Anfield, just be sure nobody chooses their tank and then deselects it. I don't want that happening again. And be sure your autoloaders are if you're gonna run more than one Bulldog and two 1390s, just be sure to tell me who's not the autoloader so I can watch it. Okay. BSNJ, you're good to pick two tanks.
Okay.
All right, TNG, you are good for two tanks. Mhm.
It takes time because I'm using TNG's Discord
Okay.
to communicate.
Okay, yeah.
Because wargaming is amazing game chat.
Yeah. All right, BSNJ, you are good for two tanks.
Yeah. We go forward.
Yeah, you guys are good. All right, TNG, you are good for two tanks.
Mm-hmm.
And Phil, you guys are still good to choose your last two.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, make sure. Oh, God. Christ.
We're waiting on Kalen.
Alright. Just tell him to pick quick, cause yeah, I can't be waiting around all day.
I don't know. Lord's Pan's not responding in the Discord.
Nice. This is the same situation. So 2 bulldogs and 2 1390.
Yep.
Lord's Pan has
Out.
the one shot. I'm
Yep.
pretty sure.
I'll check it. And it'll obviously be in the video whenever it's made.
I think in the future you should change. If it's possible, the tank could have magazines. It should be only once. Doesn't matter if a magazine or no. It
Yeah.
should be one.
Yeah.
Because you can five bulldogs, and how many bulldogs got the magazines and how many is not.
The moderators will check. It works like this in the PC world of tanks, and which is what we're basically running our rules off of. Teams can run as many tanks as they want, as long as. Yeah.
I can believe you, and I think it's alright. But I think in the future it should be changed for 3 magazines. That means 3 magazines. Doesn't matter. He can choose different gun for magazine or not. It should be only 3 magazines. Now we can see 4 magazines in the choose. I see 4.
If it's in game and there's only 3 there, I mean, there's
No.
nothing.
I understand
Yeah.
your point.
I'll talk to
But
Tactics
from my
about it.
point of view, I can see 4 magazine tanks.
Yeah, I'll talk to
can see
Tactics
4,
about
not
it.
3.
Yeah, I'll talk to Tactics about it because we haven't had this happen yet. So, I will. I will talk to him about it after this match. But your guys are good to choose your last tank.
Okej, mamy wybrać ostatni czołg. Ale powiedziałem im to i on powiedział, że to można sprawdzić na powtórce, czy on strzelał pojedynczo, czy serio.
All right, guys, we are good to go. Starting up.
Ale dobra, napiszemy protest i poprosimy, że to powinni...
All right, guys.
We've got enemies incoming. Either take them out or capture their base. Let's go.
Alrighty, here we go. Alright, starting out here, TNG, it looks like they're taking their same setup as last time, so we saw last time these light tanks were very effective against the BSNJ heavy, so it looks like BSNJ have chosen to take some more light tanks to combat the enemy light tanks. So it looks like the BSNJ guys are holding back at the G2 area, waiting for TNG. So let's go see what's gonna happen. And it looks like Lars gets the initial spot off, puts one into CAD, and Lars is using the single shotgun, just to be clear. I want to clear that up, but I will be talking to Tactics about the rule, because BSNJ just brings a good point about that rule, but that's a conversation for later. Going back into free mode, BSNJ has pretty much got themselves in the same hole, literally, they were in last time, so let's see if they're going to have a better way of fighting out of it. TNG sending the army tanker and Kellen up here to get some beautiful shots in from the rear. Puts one and puts two in, and this is just fantastic focus fire right here. It's just kind of a bait and switch. Snake Eyes gets taken out, but Dexter gets taken out as well in the IS-3, and BSNJ are trading a lot of hit points right now for, I don't know if it's going to be a good game yet, but I will say they do have an overmatch right here. They should be focusing down the Carnarvon, not focusing down the light tank, however. But the Carnarvon is getting shot from the rear. He's getting shot by the 1390, and he gets taken out. He got denied, has fallen. This is the first time TNG is actually on the back foot by 2 tanks. So let's see how TNG, if they can, are going to pull it out. So it looks like TNG is holding back. Unfortunately, TNG, they are very down on hit points. The BSNJ Lights do have a lot of health. Great focus fire on Anfield. Anfield is in a lot of trouble right now. He's on very low health. He manages to take out one more, but he falls as well. Oh, gets a... Oh, my God, ammo rack on Colin. This changes the matchup completely. If they can take out Max, a 1390 should be able to maybe kill one of these guys. I'm not 100% certain how many shots he has left in this clip. Puts one more in, he misses one. He's gonna go out and take one more. Okay, this matchup just changed. If that 1390, if Kellen can find a chance to reload, they could actually win this. But let's see, BSNJ has to push right now. They have to be aggressive. The 1390 is reloading, and they should know that. Max is coming up, trying to put more shots to 1390. Kellen gets caught on fire, loses a good amount of health there. He really did need that health. So now Army Tanker's coming up to take some shots. But Max misses his shot. This is his chance. Army Tanker could kill him right now. And he rolls below average, but now here comes the IS-3. This is, I think, where these guys need to get off this hill right now. They need to get off here so they don't get shot by the IS-3. If they get shot by the IS-3, it'll probably kill one of them. Army takes a little bit of damage going down. They're trying to reposition. The IS-3 is coming up. Kellen has to get out of there. He cannot take a hit from an IS-3. Kellen's watching out. Puts one into Max, great play, and now here comes the IS-3. He's trying to bait the IS-3 to come down, puts one into the IS-3 slower play. The Army Tanker takes out Kaz, and boom, a perfect switch and bait once again, and Kellen takes him out. Fantastic play by the TNG Lights at the enemy team. BSNJ just needed to push the tempo whenever they were reloading, so that's a little unfortunate for BSNJ, but overall, it was a pretty good play. Alrighty, guys. Well, GG. That is all for today.
Okay. Cheers, guys, for the game.